I thought today I would do a little bit of a get ready with me with a bunch of new products. I did a poll over, nope, that's not gonna hold it back. I did a poll over on my Instagram asking about which foundation people wanted to see, about which eyeshadows they wanted to see, and about which lip product you guys wanted to see. So let's play with some makeup, right? Why not? Got a new sponge out. This is the Real Techniques one. I bounce back and forth between different ones. There's some I get on Amazon. There's some I get like the Beauty Blender, the actual Beauty Blender brand. And then the Real Techniques, which I like because it gets in the corners. Something about that flat thing. This is that Tarte CC corrector in the color light medium. I go through so many of these things. The key with this, apply it with a damp beauty blender. It's crazy. All right, so a couple new things. This is from Rare Beauty. Heard someone talking about it and it piqued my interest. I've tried all different ones of these, all different types of cream bronzers. I don't know, figured I'd give that a try today. The Chanel Les Beige one on the 3 that I asked about. I also asked about the Hourglass Ambient and the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. I did also pick up the Valentino, Very Valentino foundation, but it is totally the wrong color. So this I got in color BR22, and I am definitely much paler right now, so keep that part in mind. And so when that happens, I have kind of learned to match as much as I can and then add the bronzers. Now I will say I have already tried this. I'm gonna put 2 pumps on my little thing here. I will say that the pump is a little messy. I've only used it 2 times and look at that. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I put the cap lightly on. I'm afraid to put it on too tightly. So I'm gonna take this and just put it on. And you can see these colors, it actually just blends right into my skin so beautifully. So it's totally the right match. I just realized I totally forgot my primer. So is life. Actually, you know what? Got this little breakout right here. So I'm going to put a little bit of concealer on it before I get too far into other things. Put a little bit right here, just because I feel like this foundation is beautiful, beautiful on the skin. But I find in some areas where I need a little bit extra coverage, I'm better off just adding a little bit of concealer. So we're gonna take this stick and I'm going, so this is, my cheeks definitely are starting to, what I would say, fall down. I have filler typically in my cheeks and they're a little bit more raised, which actually kind of does this a little bit. So your cheek where you would put a highlight here, blushes here, and then contour you wanna go right underneath. So right there, so not as far down as your ear, but not as high up as your eye. And then do the same thing on this side. And then I take it and put a little bit on each side here and a dash right where my part is. A little bit on each side and down the center. And then right kind of where, so this is where the folds of your skin go, but then this is where your jaw falls a little bit as we get older. So right here. It's not quite underneath and it's not quite at the top. I'm going to take that same sponge and I'm just going to go upwards. So you see how I'm going upwards? I'm not going down. Now I like to use a sponge because of the fact that I personally don't want it to be super dark. I just want a little bit of that color. Now if you want more pigmentation, more color, you can use a brush and it'll give you a little bit more pigmentation. Okay, and then I take this and I just roll in and pat it in. Make sure I'm not seeing any line there. Just kind of keep going back and forth. I have gone back to using this iconic London liquid drops. And I just take these, the only place I'm doing it is on my actual like cheekbones where I want a little bit of highlight. That's the only place I've been putting it. And I use that same sponge and I'm just keeping it really concentrated right where I want it. So just right at the top of that cheekbone, just to give that little bit of kind of highlight. Then I love this blush, guys. This is the Beauty Blender blush and it's called the Bounce in Cheeky Pink. So pretty. Now this I do a little different. I use kind of a stippling brush for this. Not a stippling brush, a foundation brush. And I just go towards the outside. So I'm just keeping it in that outer part. I'm not coming all the way up into the apples with the cream blush. Now I've been doing a lot of layers, I would say lately, more so than normal. But I find in the winter, it kind of helps me when I have the layers because I am paler, but I want to build it up in just lots of little bits. Now I do put it right where that little hairline is, kind of where the part is there as well. A little bit over the edge of my nose. So I'm just keeping it through there. I'm not coming all the way into the center. I've been using this, which is the Clinique Even Better Skin Tone Corrector, I think it's called. And I just put a little bit right here on either side, mostly kind of towards that hollow, that lower area. Do a little bit in each outer corner, put a little bit down here. I play around with it. Each time is different where I put it. I don't usually use this much, but I'm just having fun playing today. So now this has a little bit of darkness to it, but it's okay. And I'm using that same sponge. I'm just going around. I stay in the center of my face, and then I go under my eyes. This is what I was talking about. Like, I love this sponge for really getting up under the eyes. Now you can also use the more pointed side that I used with the Tarte Corrector. You can also take it a little bit over your lids. I have been using and loving this powder. It is from Givenchy and it is the Prism Libre number 3 in Rose. It's got these 4 different color blocks in it and it helps to even out your skin tone. So I just take what's in the lid and I go on a big fluffy brush and I just tap it out, and then I just get a little bit extra on the brush. And then I do the same thing here, kind of go all the way around. I go over the eyes at this point, all the way around, all over. And I just am stippling it on. I'm not going and like buffing it. I'm just stippling it on to help it stay. I do take the smaller side and kind of go under my eyes to make sure I've got that all cleaned up. I'm gonna stay with my face. I have gone back to using and loving this. It is by the brand Iconic. It is, I don't even know what it's called. I can't see that, but this is what the colors look like. It is absolutely beautiful. I use it for a highlighter and a blush and it works great with that one. So I take the highlighter and I just do a little bit in that outer edge there. Same thing on this side. Now I like to layer powder products with cream products. I just find it does good for me. It gives me that little bit of extra color. It gives me extra staying power. It just, something about it in the winter just works for me. I know a lot of people prefer creams in the summertime. Hey, to each your own. Now this time I am going in a little bit closer and I have this like angled brush here. So I am going a little bit closer into the center of my face and the apples of my cheeks. The eyeshadow that won was my MAC palette. I created my own eyeshadow palette, but here's the downside. I bought the little thing to put the colors in, thinking it would go into this Z palette I already had. This is so funny, guys. A, it doesn't fit in there. And B, it doesn't close. So I had to order the MAC palette. So I will put the names of the colors down below because it's kind of a little difficult. You have to like pop them up this way. If they were smart, I feel like they would have made the labels so you can read the color names over here. Who knows? I mean, it's way easier than it used to be to pop a color out, but I feel like that would have been like genius of them to do that, so you could know what color you were using. So I'm using this matte color that's the second one in here on a flat brush, and I'm going to go all over my lid. You can use an eye primer, you can do whatever you want here. I like a light base color all over my lid, kind of as my base. And I just like to work it all over the lid into the inner corner. Just makes for a nice base. Then I'm going to take this color that is right up here and use this for my highlight, and I'm just touching it down right under my brow bone. That's as far as I ever go with this. It just doesn't work with the shape of my eyes. I do a little bit in the inner tear duct, but I can't go all the way across through my brow bone. It just doesn't work for me. But that little bit right up under there just gives me a nice kind of catches, it lifts it up. I don't know, I love it. Then I'm going to, I have a habit of doing this. I mix colors. So I'm going to go in with these two right here and go back and forth between them. One is more, see, that's how they pop out. One is more pinky plum. One is more kind of got a little bit of a peach undertone to it. And I'm just taking that right in the crease, just above. I'm not going down low, I'm going up high because my eye's not quite hooded, but it definitely recedes in. So I find that by going up higher, it just looks better on me. So I got all these new, I told you guys, I've been in this beauty kick. So I picked up those foundations. What else did I pick up recently? I picked up a couple lipsticks. I picked up that bronzing stick. I've just been playing with a lot of things. A flat smudger brush and go in this darker kind of plummy color here. And I'm going right under my lash line, like right up in it, really, really, really smudging it out. I have been changing this a little bit from how I typically do it. I've really been liking this like little bit of dimension. I never put mascara on my bottom lids, just doesn't work for me. Now I'm taking a more condensed brush into that same color I just used, and I'm putting a little bit in my outer corner just to bring all those colors in together. You can see that there. Then I'm going to use a fluffy brush and just blend that out. Now I like to keep my lid fairly light because I'm gonna actually use a shadow as a liner for the top lid, which to me then makes it a little bit nicer on the lid if it's lighter. And then I'm taking these two here. So one has a little bit more of a bronzy, orangey undertone. One has a little bit more of a reddish undertone. The two together look great as a shadow for me. So I'm just going to take this, go back and forth, and I mean, when I am saying I am getting so close to the lash line, it is crazy. I want to get it as close as I possibly can. Now look at these two eyes and tell me what you think. Somebody had suggested, I had asked previously for some ideas of videos you guys want to see, and someone had asked to do a question and answer video. If you have any questions, you can put them down in the comments in this video too, and we'll see how that goes. Now I am gonna go wipe off my brows real quick. I just use a Q-tip with a little bit of water on it, clean up my brows and my lips. Now we are going to get into lashes. I always curl my lashes. I kind of just go at the base, pump it a couple times, and then lift and do the same thing one more time. I'm gonna do this on both eyes. Then I take this bad boy right here. I have gone through so many of these, I can't even tell you. It's by a brand called Wonder 2, I think it is. I buy it on Amazon. By far, hands down, the best eyeliner I have used for a waterline. I use it in the dark brown color. I don't know if it's called dark brown, it's like a mahogany brown. And I put this on after I have curled my lashes. If you put it on before, it does transfer a little bit to the lash curler. Also, I did nothing on my brows. I just wiped them off. Then I take my sponge, whatever is left on it, I kind of go under the eyes to clean up that outer corner and kind of lift it up a little bit. I do use two mascaras. I love this. This is by Urban Decay. It is the Subversion Lash Primer. Sorry if you hear one of my pups over there. He's got a cone on and he doesn't love it, so he rolls back and forth. You can hear the Velcro. It's so funny. So this actually conditions your lashes, strengthens your lashes, it separates your lashes. It is just amazing. Now I will say, I've always said this for like the last 2 or 3 years, New Lash Serum, oh my gosh, you guys, it has changed my lashes. While I am letting that dry for just a minute or two, I take my lip liner. The one I've been loving is from Runway Rouge. It's a color called Spotlight, and it goes really well with the lipstick that you guys had requested, which was Chanel as well. That's funny, you guys had Chanel foundation and Chanel lipstick. Now, I always start at my Cupid's bow. I have a little bit of a Cupid's bow, but I've also found that as I am pale, I am better with a lighter lip. This is by Tarte. The mascara is the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I have gone through 3 or 4 of these and I have 2 backups. Tarte recently had a sale and I ordered another one because I think it was like $12 and free shipping. Anytime I see Tarte have a sale on this, I talk about it over on my Instagram, I post about it, and I tend to buy one myself. This mascara is beautiful. It does not leave dark circles under your eyes. It doesn't flake, it doesn't transfer. It is so easy to take off at night. It makes your lashes just, it is so good. So, so good. I can't say enough good things about it. The brush is a plastic bristled brush, so keep that in mind. I know some people love or hate that. I'm neither here nor there on any of them. We have the lip liner on. We're gonna use this Chanel. It's called Mary Rose. This color is only available on their site, I think it is. You can't get it at Nordstrom. You can't get it at Sephora, Ulta. Like, they have a lot of the other colors. There's a light rose as well, but something about this color just works for me. And as I mentioned, I have found when I am lighter and paler, I actually look better with a lighter lip. I used to always think I looked better with a lighter lip when I was tanner, but I'm finding when I do even a plummy color, it looks like too dark and then it just looks like I have too much makeup on. This kind of balances my face a little. I let that dry down a little bit. It does come with a clear gloss on the other end, which is nice when I'm out and about, but it's not what I'm gonna use today. And I am gonna top it off with this Anastasia lipstick. I got this color in, and when I got it in, I was like, ooh, that's gonna be like too golden. Oh my gosh, I love it over lipstick. It has this beautiful sheen to it. It makes your lips look fuller. I am obsessed with this. If you've been following me for any period of time, you'll have heard me talk about this before. This is a gloss from Tarte called the H2O glass. This is in gloss, not glass. This is in a color, I think it's called Villa. Now, I have used Salt Life for years. I have multiples of them. I have them everywhere. But something about this Villa color with these, oh, it's so, so pretty. This has been my go-to look lately. I just put it in the center. So that's another thing with my lips. I don't have big, crazy, full lips. I have a Cupid's bow and I have kind of misshapen. They're kind of, it's how I talk, I've learned. I've tried to do filler, Botox, everything to like even them out, but it's how I talk. One side is a little bit higher than the other. No matter what we do, I've learned it's just a part of me. So I've learned also not to put lip gloss all the way around my lip. I just put it in the center and a little bit up towards my Cupid's bow, and that seems to work. So that is the whole look right here. It is all done. This has been my kind of like go-to with the exception of a few new products I've been playing with. I love, 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 if you know me and have followed me, it has almost been 15 years on YouTube, guys. This summer will be 15 years I've been on YouTube. And I just love, since the beginning, playing with makeup, playing with foundation. I love fashion and I love like all the other stuff too, but there is just something to be said with sitting and playing with makeup. Foundations are my go-to item that I love. Like, I'm always on the hunt for bigger and better. Even when you find the best one for a period of time, they're always changing things and adding things and making them better. So I'm always trying new ones, especially right now when I'm a little bit paler. I definitely needed new foundations that would work for my skin tone and skin coloring like this. So this is a look that I put together with the items that you guys suggested over on Instagram. All of the information will be listed down below and linked down below as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions you would like me to answer in a YouTube video, or if you just have questions about anything here, let me know and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching.